Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes to us out of Texas. This is St. Arnold's Divine Reserve number 16. And I'm pretty sure this beer was done a few years ago. The date on this one says 02, no, 020916. And I was thinking they were further along in their Divine Reserve series, but it says here 020916. So this was done in February the 9th of 2016. And this was sent to me by Brandon. This come to me on not the last beer mail package, but the one before that. And this being a big beer, a 10%er, and the classified, and I thought it was a stout. And this is an old ale. So it's going to have a different notes than what a stout's going to have. It's going to have maybe some smokiness in there, and it's going to have some dark fruit in there, but it's not going to be a super dark black beer, more than likely. Haven't got it out of the bottle yet, so we'll see what this brings. When I was in Florida last year, I did pick up some St. Arnold beers because they were available in Florida. They're not available here in Virginia. So Brandon sends me these wonderful beers out of Texas, and this is the one he sent, not in the last beer mail package, but the package before there. So we're just now getting to this. He actually sent me another St. Arnold beer, and we're going to do that before too long. And this is the one he sent to me on the previous beer mail package. So let's get on with this one. Says here, commercial description, the Adam beer style was popular in Dortmund, Germany until the mid-19th century, when Pilsners and Munich-style lagers began to take over. Eventually, the style became largely extinct until recently, as more and more breweries look into their brewing roots. I love a good old ale. This is not a bourbon barrel-aged or a barrel-aged beer of any kind, as far as I know. So it should be just a big imperial style old ale. And they don't classify it as an imperial. Old ales can vary in ABVs. So this is a 10%er. So we'll see where this one ends up. Don't think there's anything else there we need to talk about. So let's go over to the food pairings. Food pairings for an old ale. It says here, cheese is buttery, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. And the glassware is pint Becker 9 tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. Got my favorite glass today, Sauvin beer glass, S-A-U-V-I-N. Google it, you'll find out. It's not a cheap glass, but it is a very heavy-duty, durable glass. I love it. Thanks to my buddy Parrish for sending it to me as a birthday gift a couple years ago, and it has been my favorite glass ever since, guys. It is a great glass. Invest the $30 or $35 they're wanting for this glass. You will not be disappointed. Don't put it in the dishwasher. I never do. I never put any of my glasses in the dishwasher. I wash all of them by hand. And that's why there's no chance of them breaking, nothing clacking up against them. They will last you a lifetime unless you drop them or bang them against something hard. And I try not to do that. So, can be sold for a long period of time under the proper conditions. I don't doubt that. Like I said, I thought this was an older beer than it was. I was anticipating this to be in a 2015 or even a 2014 edition, being the Reserve 16. I think they might be even up to number 20 now. I'm not sure there. So let's go on to Poppin' the Cat and pouring it in the glass. Yeah, that's what I like. Alright, it's that time, guys. Going to be ordering some more of these before too long, and I'm going to be ordering some more t-shirts. I've been kind of broke. I've spent a fortune on renovating this house, trying to get to Florida, and it looks like that's been on hold for a while. So, ooh, big hiss on this bottle. Big hiss. I got a feeling this might be a little carbonated, so I'm going to pour it kind of gently. And it doesn't seem to be, so let's stand it up and give us a little bit of a head on the back end of the pour. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. That's the way you do it. Oh, just a tad over a finger of head on that. Nice brown ruby color. It is not like a muddy river or brownish color like we did yesterday. This one is got a nice red ruby tint to it on the thin part of the glass. Now up here in the big bowl part, it is pretty dark. I'm not getting a lot of light through that. But with that, and the head, it looks like it's sticking around pretty good. We still got a good finger of head. Good looking beer. Of course, I'm not seeing a bad looking beer unless you're pouring a Budweiser, Miller, or Coors or something. All these craft beers look pretty good in the glass if they're made well. Let's get a nose on it. This comes from Brandon. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate all the work and effort you put into buying some beers and then paying to ship them to me. Thank you. Very sweet smelling, almost like a barley wine-esque style on the back end. Very sweet. Caramel, toffee, rich, sweet malt. Hints of some dark fruit, figs, dates, raisins, plums. Big sweetness on it though. Big sweetness on it. Nice bready, rich bready, toasty malt. That smells pretty good for a non-barrel aged beer. It's that time. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Thank you, my brother. Big creaminess to this khaki colored head. A little bit of smokiness, peatiness in the taste of that. I don't know if they used any smoked malt. I'm getting some of that though. Wow. That's delicious. St. Arnold does some great stuff. I really hope, and they go to Florida. I know they are, because I bought some beers there when I was there last year. I hope they can expand or do something to get some of their beers out a little further. Maybe even to Virginia. That would be a good thing. I would buy these beers if I could get them here. This is delicious. And I don't know what this beer costs. I don't remember what I paid. I bought the small bottles, the little 12-ounce bottles when I was in Florida. I didn't buy any big bottles like this, so I don't know what this bottle costs. Brandon, you may put in the comments what this bottle of the Reserve number 16 cost. And I was, like I said earlier, I was thinking this was an older beer until I actually wiped the numbers off, the condensation off the bottle, and said it was done in February of 2016. I was blown away by that. I thought it was a 2015 or 2014 edition. I really did, guys. If I had known it was 2016, I might have stayed it a little longer. Big sweet toffee, caramel, brown sugar, dark fruit notes in this beer. Very, very nice. Very well done. A great example of a big old ale. Wow, that's delicious. A great beer to finish up the evening with, and this is what this is. This is my final beer of the evening. I'm going to pour the other half of this for the other half and let her sip on it. And go outside on the deck and I have a punch bare knuckle cigar that I'm gonna probably finish up while I'm sipping on this beer, and come back and we'll see where this one ends up. Seems very, very tasty. Seems like an A beer right now to me, guys. So as it warms up, it comes to the room temperature. Some of those flavors will get more prominent and get more or stand out more as it warms up. So let's see where this one ends up. I'm gonna go outside and sip on it for a while and come back and we'll do the final chug. Hi guys, I'm back. I've sipped on it about 35-45 minutes or so. Very tasty. Went very well with the punch bare knuckle cigar that I was smoking while I was sipping on this. The other half loved it, of course. She likes all the big beers like this. This is a 10%er coming from St. Arnold's. This is their Divine Reserve number 16. And the 16 corresponds with the date on here. And it says it was done on February 9th of 2016. Like I said earlier, I thought it was done earlier than that. So, Brandon, thanks again for sending this to me. I cannot get their beers here. They do come to Florida, so I don't know how far out of Texas they do go. I would love to see them come to Virginia, but they do not. I cannot get their beers here. So, thanks again, Brandon, for sending it to me. Texas is doing some really tasty. And on top of that, St. Arnold is probably one of the premier craft beer breweries in Texas, along with Jester King and several others out of Texas that are doing some really good stuff. All the craft beer breweries, as of late, the last couple, 2-3 years, have stepped up to the plate. They've refined the recipes. They're making some really tasty stuff. That's why you see a lot of the beers that are sent to me and some of the stuff that I purchase at the Barrel Chest are getting good grades, B's and A's. We're not getting a whole lot of C's, D's, or even F's or undrinkables. I do get them occasionally, but not very often. And that's a good thing for us as craft beer buyers and drinkers. Where these guys are making some really tasty stuff. And once they realize they're making some tasty stuff, a lot of times the prices go up and the quantities go down, or the bottle sizes get smaller, and they charge more for them. They go from 6-packs to 4-packs, or 750s to 22s, and they charge the same price. That's just part of it. That's just what. Once they realize they're making some really tasty stuff, they say, "Oh, we're underpricing this stuff. Maybe we want to drop to a 4-pack, or maybe we want to drop to a 22 from a 750." That's just part of it. Once they realize they got a good thing going on, they price it accordingly. So, this is a very tasty beer. For an old ale, not bourbon barrel aged, very tasty. Caramel, toffee, brown sugar, molasses, dark fruit. Wow. Awesome, well-made beer. Final chug. Oh, wow. That is so delicious. It is so balanced. For a 10%er, I tell you this all the time, guys. I've had 8%ers that are more boozy than a lot of these bigger beers are. That tells you how well made these beers are. Wow, that's delicious. A great beer to finish up the evening with. This is my final beer of the evening. Getting ready to go have dinner. Oh, that's delicious. The caramel and the toffee and the brown sugar and the molasses, along with the dark fruit. Wow, that's delicious. That is delicious. Alright guys, for me, 9 out of 10. We've had a lot of 9 out of 10s here recently. This is another one. For me, the rating on this, I would probably give this a 95. It's right in the middle of the A range. Very tasty. Very well done. Very, very well done. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on this. And this one was done in 2016, but they've done, I think they're up to number 20. I'm not sure about that, but I think they've done it, they must have put out a couple more since this one was done. I don't know how often they're brewing this beer. So the one I have in the fridge that Brandon sent me the last time is number 20, but I don't. It's not called Divine Reserve, so I don't know, guys. It's a very, very tasty beer. It's a very well made beer. It's a very tasty beer. It's definitely worth picking up. So 95 for me, guys. It's 9 out of 10. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it's a 91 in their outstanding range. So there's another A beer. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 94 overall and 98 in the style. So we got a 91, we got a 94, and we got a 95 for me. Definitely an A beer. Definitely worth picking up. And this is an old ale that's up to 10%. This is gonna sit on the shelf and be just as tasty if you bought it tomorrow, or if you bought it 6 months from now, or for a year from now. It's still gonna be just as tasty. It's probably gonna be even better. The longer you keep this, the more those flavors are gonna combine and mellow out and come together. And a great candidate seller. If you say, pick up 2 of them. It's got the date on the bottle. Drink one now, see what you think of it, and then sell one for a couple years, 3, 5 years even, or even longer if you so choose, and see what you think of it. Or, I don't know how often they do this. I was going to say, buy a Divine Reserve 16, and then wait till the Divine Reserve 17, 18, or even 20 comes out, and do a vertical side by side, and see what you think, how well the 16 compares to the later edition. I love doing that. I love, and those videos usually be 20 minutes or longer when I do those side by side verticals, but it is what it is. It takes that longer time to pour those beers and sample each one and sip on them and come back and do those. So I apologize to everybody that thinks my beer reviews are way too long, and sometimes I think they're way too long, but I gotta say what I gotta say, guys. I'm sorry if they run long. It's just this old hillbilly country boy telling you what I think about the beer. Bottom line. So, great beer from St. Arnold. This is their Divine Reserve number 16. If you've had it, let me know what you think. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was freaking awesome. Very tasty beer to finish up the evening with. So, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to dig something tasty out of the fridge. Rico and Brandon have been shipping some really tasty beers to me, and I even got some from Henry from Mobcraft in there. So, so I think I got 1 or 2 more from Donovan out at Serval Liquors. So come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we can dig out of the fridge then. See ya, everybody.